David Foster had built his company from scratch. It had taken years of hustle, endless late nights, and an almost unhealthy obsession with scaling his business. But recently, something had shifted. He woke up one morning, staring at the ceiling, feeling nothing. No motivation, no excitement, just exhaustion. His to-do list sat untouched. The fire that had once fueled him had fizzled out. At first, he chalked it up to stress. It's just a bad day, he told himself. But one day turned into a week, and then into two. He forced himself to show up at the office, but every decision felt like a weight pressing down on him. Worst of all, he berated himself for it. "You're wasting time," his inner voice sneered. Real entrepreneurs don't take breaks. One afternoon, after yet another unproductive day, David confided in his mentor, James Carter, a seasoned entrepreneur who had seen it all. James simply smiled and said, "You're in a rut, my friend. And you're not alone. Every founder I know has been here." James shared a story of how, in the early days of his startup, he had run himself into the ground. "I burned out so bad I nearly quit," James admitted. You wouldn't expect it, but sometimes the most ambitious people hit the hardest walls. The trick is knowing how to climb over them. Step 1. Embrace rest. James insisted that David take a real break. You think resting is unproductive, but burnout is the real thief of time. You've been sprinting for years. Your mind and body need a reset. Reluctantly, David took the advice and disconnected for a weekend. No emails, no calls, just hiking in the mountains with his wife and kids. By the time he returned, he felt lighter, even excited about work again. Step 2. Move your body, move your mind. James also told David about the power of movement. Your brain works best when your body is in motion. Sitting at a desk all day suffocates your energy. So David picked up an old habit, running. He started with just a 5-minute jog. That jog turned into a mile, and soon, running became his therapy. Each step cleared his mind, and soon ideas and solutions came effortlessly, things that had felt impossible days before. Step 3. Fuel for success. Another overlooked culprit. His diet. David had been living on coffee and takeout, neglecting real nutrition. Food is fuel, James had reminded him. If you put garbage in, you'll get garbage out. David made small shifts, swapping sugary energy drinks for water, grabbing protein-packed meals instead of processed junk. Within weeks, his energy stabilized. He wasn't crashing midday anymore, and his focus sharpened. Step 4. Change your scenery. One afternoon, instead of sulking at his desk, David followed James' advice and took his laptop to a nearby park. The fresh air and open space sparked creativity he hadn't felt in months. He began making it a habit, holding meetings outdoors, working from a coffee shop, even traveling to new cities for fresh inspiration. Step 5. Redefine the routine. David realized his rut had partly been caused by monotony. Every day had been the same. Wake up, work, grind, repeat. He made small but powerful changes, taking a different route to work, trying new hobbies, even learning to play the guitar, much to his wife's amusement. These changes added an element of surprise to his days and reignited his excitement. Step 6. Find a new North Star. James' final piece of advice stuck with him the most. If you're not chasing something, you're drifting. You need a new challenge. So David wrote down fresh goals, big ones like launching a new product line, and smaller ones like reading a book a month. With purpose restored, he found himself waking up with anticipation rather than dread. Months later, David looked back at his rut with gratitude. It had been a wake-up call, a reminder that success isn't just about grinding endlessly, but also about taking care of yourself. He wasn't just back in the game, he was playing it smarter, with renewed passion and clarity. For any entrepreneur feeling stuck, David had this advice. When you hit a wall, don't try to plow through it. Step back, reset, and come back stronger. The most powerful thing you can do for your business is take care of yourself first.